be, then I'll go. Thought that
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Coffee Time Live with your host, Warren Lau, live from Armenia, Colombia. And now, here's Warren.
Finally, welcome to the channel, Grand Colombia. Welcome back to Coffee Time Live in Armenia, Colombia. It's another blue sky, white puffy cloud day. It's absolutely gorgeous out. Got a special guest today, but I'm going to cover a couple things quick. I'm running a little bit late. Got that. It was all me. I had this set up to go to Odyssey as a backup, and I forgot to switch it back. I tried to start 4 or 5 times. I was pretty baffled. Had no idea what was going on. Okay. A quick go down through the chat here. I've got a little clip to show you, and then we'll go right to the special guest. So we got good morning from Rob, Fort Lauderdale. Good morning from John, from Trenton, New Jersey. Surf's up? Oh, not yet. Craig in Thailand. You're still in Thailand? I thought you were going to get out of there. I'll be landing in Armenia July 7th via Avianca. Very excited. Stop in and say hello. Happy 4th. Same to you. Trouble in YouTube land. Well, trouble in Lauren land today. I'm not getting a feed. Was Lauren a little late? Yeah. Running a little late. Perhaps he's celebrating the 4th of July. Drew me. Oh, great. For once I'm on time and Lauren's late. Yeah. YouTube's making Lauren pay for all those things he said about them. That could be. Lauren is celebrating. I wish. Maybe we should all mass donate and he'll forgive the error of his ways. Now, there's an idea. Don Pardo. Here's our friend from Switzerland. Hola. Echo in the audio. I wonder how bad it is. It's probably because I got 2 microphones in here. Give me some idea how bad it is. This is all new. Move mic closer. Move mic closer. Okay, it's closer. Not sure that'll take care of it. I think I know what the problem might be. Hello from Austin, Florida here. Okay, we're through those. All right, we're going to show you a clip of this studio, which is still in work. Echo is tolerable but distracting. No, that's not it. I think I know what it is, but there's not much I can do about it right now. I think it may clear up in a little bit, but sit tight. Okay, get asked about this fair amount, and so I did a walkthrough to show you. Here we go. So today I'm going to give that long promised walkthrough of my studio, and this is the door. And here I've got a tower fan because it can get a little stuffy and you don't usually want to have that window open. And while we're talking about the window, why do I have green paper on it? Well, it'd be better if it were white clear paper, but the sun can come in and kind of play havoc. Plus it moves around, the sun moves. Well, I know Earth moves, but everything moves. But it can be an issue, so I have that up there, particularly if I do anything in the afternoon. The sun can come in directly. Now here, this is the second area, the second camera. So I got a camera there, I got a microphone, and I've got my laptop set up. And as you can see on the laptop, you can see the live chat. So that's pretty cool. And a couple uncomfortable chairs there. And I've got two monitors. There's my microphone, which I can swing out of the way. Now over here, obviously, is the green screen painted in. I had to paint that corner to kind of even things out. Down here is a homemade light. You need a backlight, and that's kind of homemade, works out real well. That's my computer. It's an i7. I put it together here. I got a lot of the guts from one computer place, but essentially I put a bunch of things in it, upgraded the memory and upgraded the video card. Now here I have a couple ring lights. There's a camera with a ring light on it. There's another ring light, which depending can come in handy. Down here I have two-sided tape down. This is USB connected to the computer, and this is USB that's strictly power. Speaking of power, I do have an emergency power supply. I got that from Bogota because they were doing some work around here and the power kept going off and I kept losing work, and one day I lost 2 hours worth of work, and I said enough of this crap, and so I got that shipped from Bogota. It was about $60, so I was very pleased with that, and it works great. Both monitors and the computer are on it. I can put other items on it also, but that's what I've got on it. And it's good for about an hour. And here is a relatively new addition. This is a Stream Deck. This is a controller of the different things I want to do. This is the introduction of the video. This is regular streaming. The capture is when I go to, I'm down in the corner and I can select different items to show you. This is camera 2, that's the other side only. So this is camera 1, this is camera 2. This is interview, where it does a split screen of this camera and the other camera. And there's the outro. So I can push those buttons without making big mistakes, which was happening before. Now to look at the program, I'm using OBS, which is a free program. It's open source. See, the camera just came on, you got that little blue light, and there I am in all my glory. And that's the interview screen. Oh, that's the screen for today. Happy 4th of July. How cool is that? Now down here is that button. I can turn that off, and I turned it off. So that is the program. And I have a very cheap set of speakers, which the volume is turned off completely when I'm recording a video. Can't have that on. So that's basically my studio. Oh, and the broken chair that I had for a couple years, this also came from Bogota, and it's freaking awesome. And it was actually right about $100. I think it was $90 and something. So for the type of chair it is, I'm really happy, because these things go for like $300-400. And that's it. That is the studio. No. All my various equipment. And a few drawers full. And of course the hat. Okay, for those who wanted to know, there you go. So there it is. I've been asked about that for a long time, and now I got to it. Seemed like that went on forever when you're on this side waiting and you can't hear what's playing. So today we have a special guest, and welcome, Marshall. You scrunched down since we had you set up. I just got you completely unaware. Okay.
Are we on now?
Yeah, we're on.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Lon. Thanks for having me over, having me on.
You guys let us know if you can hear him okay, how things are sounding. I got to get this dialed in, and I am recording this at the same time, so I'll be going over it. But this is the very first time. It's the trial run of the in studio, so I don't have to scrunch people up next to each other. And loud and clear, sound okay. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, cool setup you have going on.
Thanks.
You really got it all dialed in. It looks great.
I can't swing that big old microphone. This microphone rig here, it's actually made in the USA. The microphone is. The rest of it, I think, is China.
Yeah.
But total cost was about $35.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to work on a budget, and you have to, choose wisely. And sometimes it takes months to pick out the best for the bucks. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This camera, yeah, but yours is awesome. You're looking good over there.
Good.
So you come rolling into Armenia a couple days ago.
Yeah, got in on Friday. I was just up in Pereira, so it's pretty close. I was talking to my friend Elizabeth, who I haven't seen for like 4 years, and she was going to be in town, so I decided to come down and see her here. And so we met up yesterday and had a great time. Got some content for some videos, and I'm actually just gonna head out later today. I just wanted to come down and see her and check in and say hi to you, and I'll be heading out. But it's crazy to be back.
Yeah, we keep your future location under wraps, correct?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I can't pronounce it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'll be in Colombia. But yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your feelings? I mean, when you left, it was you had gone through. It was all hell broke loose in Cali, and you went to Pereira, and everything was calm and cool there, but it was still in your system. And so you left. You take off to Mexico and had an interesting time there. What are your feelings about coming back to Colombia? And particularly coming back to Armenia? It's been a long time. Sometimes you say you can't go home. What are your feelings?
I guess it just feels great to be back. Going to Mexico was nice. It was an experience for what it was. Met some great people, but I love being in Colombia. I think a lot of people here in the chat and the people who watch these videos, they also love Colombia. It's just a very special, unique place. And honestly, since being back, I've just kind of had more of those thoughts in my head of like, how can I make this more of a long-term kind of thing? Or like, how does this really shape up, with my life and my direction? I've just had a lot of these thoughts of like, what's really next? And do I want to spend more time here on a more long-term basis, because it's such a special place to be. But I guess to address all the stuff that was happening with the paro and the protests and all that in Cali, it's a lot different now than it was then. And it feels good to be back. It's a lot more relaxed. And, it feels good. And again, it feels like Colombia,
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's my life is great here. I was offered a all expense paid trip to go to Florida and hang out with a friend for a couple of weeks, and I seriously thought about it, but what it came down to is I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
It's like that would have been great, but I don't know. I don't get tired of it. Every day I wake up feeling Yeah, feeling blessed, you know. It's pretty awesome. So
Yeah, I share that. I understand that.
now you told me something interesting. If you don't mind, if you repeat it, when you got back here to Armenia and running into a few people that you've seen before.
Yeah. It was 4 years ago I was here, and a lot has changed. The school where I taught English is gone. Some of my favorite restaurants that I would go to are gone, but some things are exactly the same, and it like caught me off guard. I was walking down the street, and just accidentally walked by like a clothes tailor, like a clothes repair place, and it was the same guy that was sitting there 4 years ago in the exact same spot, just sitting there with the door open. And I went in and I said, "Hey, you fixed a piece of my clothing 4 years ago, and I never paid you. You just did it for free. That was really nice." And I like tried to give him some money, and he was like, "No, no, of course, no, don't even worry about it." And he's like, "Are you still making YouTube videos?" And so he remembered me as well. It's just kind of crazy. I think it's a very Armenia thing, right? It's such this kind of like warm, small city feeling here.
Yeah, it's almost like the old TV show Mayberry.
I don't know.
Maybe, well, you're 10 years old, you know, but no, it was a TV show of this town in North Carolina called Mayberry, and it might as well have been Armenia. Everybody knew everybody, everybody was friendly, everybody looked out, took care of each other.
Yeah, it's got that feeling. I mean, even more so than Pereira, where I have been. There's a noticeable difference. Armenia's just a little more relaxed, a little more small feeling. You kind of feel like people look at you a little differently. Like, yeah, everyone matters a little bit more. Everyone kind of pays attention to each other a little more than you would get in like a bigger city.
Yeah,
pretty special.
So you said that you have to go back to the U.S. in August.
Yeah.
So you got about a month to do a little bit of traveling. Now, yesterday, you did some volunteer work?
No.
Day before?
No, I haven't done any volunteer work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. But I'm planning on doing that in this next month.
Oh, I see.
But then it's just something it's just been on my mind. It's kind of been part of my plan for the past couple of years to come back and put myself into some volunteer work and just immerse myself into something like that. And so,
well, it's a great way to know people even more.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Right. There's a lot of things I would like to do. To spoiler alert for anybody who does watch my channel, I'm going to be teaching some English in another city in Colombia. And that's a great way to immerse yourself, and that's how I got immersed here in Armenia and made great friends. But something that's a little more humanitarian is really what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping that sometime in a couple of months I can get involved in some way, just really, giving back or addressing the Venezuelan refugee stuff that's going on. There's just a lot of opportunities out there. So that's something I'd like to do.
Yeah, there is. There certainly is.
Yeah. Seeing some familiar names in the chat.
Yeah, we share some of these guys. I keep sending people over there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go down through here. Where was I? Let's take these off. Loud and clear sounds okay. Remember that time she visited Marshall in Bogota? Marshall said, "I missed you." Elizabeth said calmly, "I know you did." Is that true?
Oh yeah, that's Elizabeth. Elizabeth's cool as hell. She's so cool. Yeah. So it was so fun seeing her yesterday. Just like she's grown a lot as a person, and I've grown and changed, but the energy's still there. It's the same people at heart. So we just really clicked right away, and it was so nice to see her.
HD Chillin sent $10. Thank you. Appreciate your work. Well, I appreciate you. Now you know where most of your money goes. Chad, Armenia absolutely blew me away. Already bought my return ticket. Yeah, he actually stayed here for 3 days and then went to a hotel. I got a thing set up where I'll meet him at the airport and, charge them a whole bunch of money and, you know, take advantage of them, you know, that kind of thing. Gringo them, you know. No, he was here, and very cool guy. He's 40, and he's looking to do early retirement. And he got here from the time he landed, got in the car, to the time I saw him just before he went to the airport. He just couldn't stop gushing about the place. It was it was something. Hello from London. Howdy. Lauren is Goober. Yeah, it could be. Or Gomer. What a life Marshall has. You can give us salsa lessons. We got a chat hog here. Same guy. Did he ever dye his hair to appear gringo? Did you dye your hair to appear gringo?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's actually, I mean, it's something I wanted to do when I was in the States as well. It's kind of in fashion, and, you know, I don't hesitate to try anything that that seems cool.
And you're a fan of Eminem, so what the hell, right?
Yeah, got the same name, I guess.
Echo is distracting. I guess it's still going on. How did HG Chili send Super Chat? You can't send Super Chat because YouTube shut me down, as most of you know. But there's a link in the description at the top that you can click on, and that takes care of it. As a matter of fact, if somebody wants to copy that link and put it in chat, I can pin it to the top of the chat. If I do it, I'll be off for too long. So your idea that's, you know, kind of you've been working on for a while, but you're still trying to give it shape. Am I wrong? And what you would really like to do is have the vlog, the videos, pay for the travel so that you can just continue doing it.
I don't know. I don't really know. I think I'm just out here trying to find things that I enjoy to do. I enjoy doing every day. I'm a creative person, and I'm also just very emotionally driven, and I tend to just kind of pick something and then try it and do it for a while, and then pick something else and try it and do it for a while. So I could lie and say there's like a long-term plan, but I just don't really operate like that. You know, I bounce from thing to thing, and that's just kind of what I do.
You know, I didn't get to the boring, predictable person until I probably hit 40. And up until then, everything was, you know, I'll figure it out as I go through the day.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
And, you know, it changes up a lot.
Yeah.
In some ways, it can disrupt your life. It can stop you. You know, I always envy people to a certain extent that can actually, you know, plan what they're going to, I mean, they can plan what they're going to take in college, and they can plan their job, and they could stick with that job for 30 years. In a lot of ways, I do admire that. But for me, I could never do it. It's like death to me.
Yeah.
You know, these longer term commitments were tough because, you know, my interest is there today, but I don't know where it's going to be in a month.
That's it exactly. Yeah, and I mean, I'm in the same boat. You know, I'm 30 now, and I kind of feel like I am the person that I am, and I'm very accepting of who I am. And I've spent a lot of time in my 20s, you know, trying to just nail myself to something and say, it's like, stick with this and commit to this, and this is going to be it. And, you know, it's just more than most people that I've met, I'm just not that type of person, and that's just not really in the cards for me. And I'm enjoying myself a lot more, just kind of embracing, like, yeah, I'm the type of person who changes by the week, and that's, you know, that's just who I am, and that's okay. But yeah.
I'm getting complaints about the reverb. I got to do something about this. I just threw this together, and like I said, this is the first time we're doing it, so it's going to take a little dialing in. What do we got here? Marshall, can you recommend some place to rent ATV in Armenia?
I cannot.
No.
What if we brought both mics closer? What if I bring this one and then turn down the volume?
Yeah, I got both their volumes turned down. I don't know. That'll probably be next. I'm controlling it over here. And I think the problem is your mic is picking me up.
Right.
Mine's not picking yours up.
I'm gonna try this for 10 seconds. Why don't we do this? So I brought my volume down.
And it's looking the same over here. We'll just have to muddle through. We can't really take time to adjust it now. I'm sorry, guys, but maybe I'll talk a little quieter, and we'll see if we can get it adjusted for the next time around. What do we got here? Boring people should admire me for living my life freely and not doing what my parents told me to. I don't know. There's a lot of advantages. I look back, for example, my retirement would be a heck of a lot different if I had done that sort of life. But let's see, different. But the difference is guys like Lorna Marshall are triple threat kind of guys. Some of us got nothing. I'm not sure what that is. No problem on Marshall's side, just Lauren. So when I'm talking, you're getting the reverb. And it's because it's coming through his mic. And when he's talking, the mic shuts off everything except him. Yeah, that makes sense. Marshall sounds fine, Lauren is echo. Yeah, that's exactly why. Therefore, I actually can set up a filter for that mic and dial it in so it's only picking up that side of the microphone. This one's, fairly simple because it's directional. What you're hearing is me through his microphone. Enough about that. Does Manizales have an airport? Yes, it does, but it's in country only because it's sitting on a mountaintop. They can't make it very long, and so the larger airplanes or international flights are not able to fly in there. But you can fly in here, Pereira, or even Bogota, and jump over there, or get used to taking buses. I mean, that's what we do here. Take buses. They're dirt cheap, and it affords you the opportunity of seeing what's going on rather than flying over it. And if you're here to check a place out, what's the point of flying over it if you don't have to? Get down and the buses stop, and you'll get off and have a lunch somewhere and get to meet a couple people that way. And I've had some interesting things on bus rides. How are you with buses?
I love it. It's actually just thinking the same thing. Like earlier this week, I took a bus to a couple different places, including coming from Pereira here, and I went to another small town out there. I was just thinking that's always some of my favorite memories is being on buses here in Colombia specifically because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, you get to kick back and relax, let somebody else worry about the traffic.
It's dirt cheap, like you said.
Yeah.
Coming from Pereira, it was 9,000 pesos.
Yeah, that sounds right.
$2, $3, maybe.
I know.
Crazy. And I'm gonna take a bus. I'm gonna take a long bus. Right now, I have to go in the direction I'm gonna go through Bogota to go to my next location. So I'm gonna be on the bus for longer. And it's the crazy windy roads. I'm sure you've done that bus, but those are a little crazy because you get a little like motion sickness sometimes. But that's like 9 hours, but it's a beautiful bus ride. You're going through like mountains and windy roads. But yeah, I was just thinking about that actually the other day. That it's like a hidden gem actually of coming to Colombia is taking buses. Just pick a small town and take a bus to it for an hour.
Yeah, I try to explain that to people, but it's the life that they're used to living. It's hard for them to set it aside because they don't know what the alternative is. And a lot of people do that. They'll come here and try to reproduce, what they're familiar with. And, that'll just frustrate you. There's a reason people live the way they're living here.
Right.
It's, what do we got? Have you been to Hardin? Have you?
No, I don't know what that is.
Well, there's one here in Condillo, but the one everybody's talking about is just south of Medellin.
No.
Beautiful town. I'll get there maybe this year and do a video. It's on my list. It's a beautiful place. Now, I have to ask you, you've been to Salento before,
I have.
and you went to Finlandia. There's a lot of similarities. Do you have an opinion?
Salento's, yeah, the coolest thing ever though. Like I don't know if there's hot springs near Finlandia, but the hot springs was so cool and very Colombian, very unique. So that holds a special spot for me for sure. Finlandia was beautiful, and I'd heard a lot of great things about it, but ultimately it was beautiful mountains and nature, kind of like you have everywhere in Colombia. So that's kind of what I felt. It was insanely beautiful, but very similar to the rest of the countryside out here.
Let's see. I love Pereira. Well, I'm glad somebody loves Pereira.
I do. No, I do too. It's almost my favorite city, and then I came back here, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, this is.
So yeah. But you can almost do that wherever you go. You can. But there's actually a lot of places in Colombia I don't like. But if I go to Manizales, I remember all the awesome things, what makes it great. And this coffee region is it for me. And the only exception for me is Bucaramanga. It's not in the coffee region, but that's a special city.
Oh,
Your guest looks Colombian. Is he Colombian?
yes, born and raised. No, I'm an American, in the United States, from Seattle.
Audio keeps fading. Yeah, it could be. I've got everything turned down and I'm trying to talk quieter. Marshall, are you heading to Bucaramanga? Well, you can't say ahead of time. If you're a traveler and you're a YouTuber, it's a big mistake to announce where you're going. It's actually kind of dangerous to do that.
I don't think I don't. Maybe I should worry about the safety. I don't think my audience is big enough to worry about that. I don't think anyone cares really where I'm going. I just don't like to say it because, like I said, my plans change all the time, and so I can tell everyone where I'm going, and I'm gonna be here for a month. It's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited, and then 2 days from now I change my mind and I'm somewhere different. So I'll just wait and talk about it while it's happening. But I'm not going to Bucaramanga. I will be nearby. I'll be up in the northeast area.
I'm anxious to see Bucaramanga. It's an awesome place. I wouldn't want to live there because I couldn't be happier than where I am, but it's a great place. I think it's a great option for people. And it's nice to see a city doing so well in Colombia. I mean, it's the wealthiest place in Colombia, and it's actually nice to see that. We got any other questions? I have no idea what time we're working on.
It's 11:42.
We're doing pretty good.
I do come from the Columbia River area.
Oh,
James. Yes, that's right. Columbia River.
spelled with a U.
That's right.
Columbia.
In Oregon.
So, how was it seeing your friend in Pereira getting back? And
It's great.
your last video showed having dinner with family. Now tell me the truth. That fish. Now, if you don't like fish, how are you gonna like that fish?
No, that's 100% genuine. I mean, it was delicious. I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't lie. I don't tend to like super fishy stuff, but it was like really buttery, and the texture is so wonderful. Home cooked costeña fish, but I loved it. No, but it's been great being in Pereira with Carlitos. He's a great host, great friend there, and yeah, I'm excited to just continue spending more time there. I think Pereira is a very special place. I know that's not your favorite spot on your list, but I love it.
It has areas that are actually very nice. I've explained before, it's not really fair for me to talk about Pereira very much because I've got history with it. You know, it's not the best of, you know, it's like sometimes something just stays with you and it's, you know, a little on the negative side. So it's hard for me to see it without that filter.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
And yeah, I got shot at in Pereira, but that's not even why, that's not what bothers me. So, what's the weather like in Bucaramanga? It's similar to Medellin, a little warmer. Similar to here. It's actually a lot like Pereira, which is warmer than here. But you lived in Dos Quebradas. Yeah, I lived in Dos Quebradas, but I spent every day in Pereira, and Dos Quebradas is part of Pereira, really. I mean, it's just across the bridge, so, but I was in Pereira every day. That's where I was working there at one of the universities. The Colombian government was paying me, and I don't know, you know, it was hot and filthy, and it just, yeah, I don't want to talk about it negatively. But the last video I did make a point to go to some of the places that I actually had liked in Pereira, so that I could put out a series. I think it was 4 or 5 videos that were pretty positive. So, you know, I'm happy about that. So, are you changing your format, or is it an experiment? On your last one, you're doing backstory and clips.
Yeah. Just like anything else, just kind of doing what feels good creatively. So did a lot of trial and error.
Do you still have your editor in Mexico?
I do. Still work with Eduardo. He's awesome. And yeah, no, we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'd like to get more into the live streams. I've got some equipment, and I'm just kind of running into walls trying to get it set up. And I mean, ultimately, you know, I know the bread and butter is in the interactions with people, and I know that, you know, that's where the good stuff is, and that's the stuff that I enjoy as well. I love.
It's what you've always done.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I'm not trying to get away from that by any means, and that's what feels good to make, is the focus on other people. And so I'm just trying to find a nice balance of, you know, maybe a little bit of backstory to set the stage for people who are new to the channel, and, you know, just trying a lot of different things. And when I make something and it doesn't feel good, then I go a different direction. And so the new format it's been nice. It's been nice, and we'll continue to kind of fine tune it. I've only done 2 videos like that so far, so
Yeah, they were good.
cool.
I've done a million different kinds of videos over the course of the 5-something years that I've been doing this. But my favorite is the Coffee Time Lives because there's no editing. And I hate to death editing, and I can't afford to hire somebody to do it. Marshall, would you ever go to Peru? Peru.
For sure, I would. No plans to right now. Probably the top places on my list would be Brazil, Dominican Republic, and then probably Puerto Rico or Peru after that. But absolutely, I think the food there is delicious, and honestly, that's all I really know, is that I love the food.
Yeah, I got there a little bit when I was living in Ecuador, but you know, or Paraguay. He says here.
Or Paraguay, I have no knowledge of Paraguay or Uruguay. So of course I'm open to it, but I just have it's not even on my radar, to be honest with you.
Right now it's Colombia, and then sometime in the future Brazil.
That's really what it is, yeah.
and then you're going to have to learn Portuguese.
That's going to be a whole thing. Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of yeah, it baffles me, but a lot of people still think it's Spanish-speaking country, and it's not.
Yeah. It's a whole different language. It's going to take time. It takes time to learn a language.
Okay, we're running up against witching hour here, so we're going to go to last call for any questions. And I'm feeling bad because I know what that echo's sounding like, and when I go back over the video, I'm going to be cringing. But hey, you gotta set it up and try.
That's right.
If you want to hear really bad sound, go back and watch my videos from 5 years ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, no more questions? Jeez.
That's true. That's James. That's true. Brazil was my first adventure out of the country. First time ever leaving the country. So
He knows the lingo.
I don't know the lingo, but I that is my first country.
But you know, so many people, they worry about going to a place because they don't know the language. Now, granted, if you know the language, life is simpler, but it's no big deal. I mean, look at me. My Spanish still sucks, and I've got all the friends I can want, and I'm not lacking anything. And there's a lot of ways to communicate. I mean, you didn't hesitate going to Brazil, and you didn't know Portuguese, right?
I did it, but I was also chasing a girl there. I was there for, I would have went if they spoke Russian. I don't know, but I don't know. I see both sides, because now that my Spanish has gotten a lot better, I would argue that my content gets a lot better, my experience, because you can dive more into the culture, and I absolutely dive. I worry that by going to Brazil, I'm putting myself on the outside again. But like you said, I mean, the first time I came to Colombia, I didn't speak much Spanish, and I had a wonderful time as well, because people are nice, and like you said, there's a million ways to tell somebody what you need or to connect with somebody. You don't have to have this extensive vocabulary to connect with people. So I absolutely believe that.
Yeah, your style of video, I can see where that's an issue. With mine, it's not. It really doesn't impact it. You think you're an introvert. I mean, I have a lot of difficulty. I have trouble even getting people to, come here and do interviews. It's where it's kind of isolated, but out on the street, it's a real difficult thing for me. Plus, a lot of people freak out over the camera. You got this awesome way. By the time they figure it out, it's too late.
Yeah, that's right.
Mine is on the end of the table there, and actually, if you hold that, it's not very obvious because you're only seeing the gimbal and the lens.
Yeah, this thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but that's version 1, and it has a lot of issues with it. Of course, they come out with version 2, and they fixed everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. All right. Do we have any questions? Let's see. What's this one? I've been in several countries where I don't speak the language, still amazing experiences I've had. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've traveled, I don't know, dozens of countries and rarely spoke the language. And I made great memories, I had a great time. So, and in Japan, I had a lot of fun learning the language because I was learning it strictly from girlfriends.
It's a good way to learn.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're running out of questions, so we're going to end it here today. I want to thank you, Marshall. Thanks for stopping in, and
Thanks for having me.
I wonder if they can hear that police or the ambulance.
Probably.
Can you recommend a good tour operator in Armenia? Send me a message. And actually, a couple people I know are getting ready to put together some tours. Plus, I know somebody who, well, whatever you want, from high end to, you know, local cheap stuff. Yeah, send me a message. All right, we're gonna end it here. Ciao.